Hi, I'm Jim Tanner. I'm the owner of AdvantaClean of the Emerald Coast, where we are a full service restoration company. We operate 24/7. We have operators standing by to immediately pass your calls through to us in the event of an emergency. We provide emergency services for water damage cleanup, fire damage cleanup, mold remediation, air duct cleaning, smoke damage cleaning, pretty much any type of a disaster that requires professional cleaning, we in your home or business, we can come in and take care of that for you right away. We service all along the Emerald Coast from Pensacola all the way to Panama City Beach. And if you just give us a call, we'll be happy to help you. So, a question I often get asked is how do we clean smoke damage in a home? There's some variables there. It depends on what caused the fire, what burned, and how widespread the smoke damage is. We would come in first and do an evaluation to figure out the answers to those questions. And from there, we would put together a proposal that you would have the opportunity to review, ask questions, and approve before we start doing any work. We're not just going to come in there and start tearing stuff up and send you a bill and you end up with a surprise. You're going to know everything that we're going to be doing up front, and you're going to know exactly how much it cost. But the way that we clean the smoke damage is we first come in, we start the drying process. If there was a fire department involved that had to spray water in there to put a fire out, first of all, because we're trying to prevent microbial growth. Bacteria only takes 8 hours to start growing after water has come in contact with building material, and mold starts to grow within 24 to 48 hours. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to come in there and start a drying process. And at the same time, we're going to be evaluating your contents. What can be cleaned and restored, and what would be less expensive to just throw out and replace. Those are things that you would work out with your insurance company in terms of replacement value and what your insurance policy covers. But from there, we use Kim sponges to go and wherever this smoke damage was, we wipe the ceilings, the walls, the floors, cabinetry, inside, outside. Every surface in the home gets wiped. And these Kim sponges actually pull the soot out of the material and into the sponge, and it's amazing. I mean, you could have a wall that's completely black and start taking these Kim sponge, and the soot just comes right off. From there, what we do is we seal these areas with a shellac-based product, paint, if you will, but it's a certain kind of paint. It's not Kills. Kills won't cover up smoke damage, contrary to what the claims may say. But we would seal the ceilings, walls, floors in the affected areas. There's other things that we can do too. For instance, if it's just cigarette smoke, say you just bought a property and you get there and all of a sudden all you can smell is cigarette smoke. We can do a combination between hydroxyl generators or ozone machines, and a lot of times that's all that's needed. And 2 or 3 days later, all the smell is gone. Other times, we have to do that process, wipe down the walls. In fact, some of the properties we go into, you pull a picture off the wall and you can see where the picture was, and it's like you can see where the smoke was all around the picture, but where the picture was, that you can see the real paint color. In those cases, we do have to clean the walls. And the other thing that needs to be cleaned in a situation like that is your HVAC system. Depending upon whether it's just smoke damage versus an actual fire that took place, you may or may not be able to clean the air ducts just in place and get a lot, if not all, of the smell out of the ductwork so that you're not smelling it every time the HVAC system comes on. In other cases, it because duct board is part of your HVAC system, which is a fibrous insulation product, and it holds odors, which is why air duct cleaning is so important. In other cases, we do have to pull out the ductwork, and it needs to be replaced. So again, it's a wide array. It just depends on the type of smoke, how much smoke there was, and how much has been affected inside the house. And once we determine all of that, we can put a plan together to make sure that we can get the odor out, get you back up and running, and get your life back. Fire and smoke damage can be a very traumatic experience. At AdvantaClean, we're here to help you 24/7. Just give us a call. We'll answer all your questions and try to put your mind at ease as best we can, and we'll get started on your project right away. We'll get started cleaning, and we'll get you back in business or back in your home and get your life back as quickly as possible. Just give us a call.